My name is Leslie Smith Ariel. My grandfather, Benjamin Smith, gave the land for the first Goodwin house. He was a very, very generous man. He made a lot of money in real estate and rental and built and sold houses and rented houses, and he felt like it was his duty to give back to the community.
I'm Chip Calloway. I became involved with Goodwin House in 2003. My first recollection of Goodwin House was actually in the presence of a new CEO. Her name was Kathy Anderson, who had just come to Goodwin House in 2002, and a friend of mine, Rob Whittle, had invited me to come to Goodwin House to learn a little bit about what the Goodwin House story was. They twisted my arm, promised I could come to 4 meetings a year, and I would be on the board of directors. I took them up on it. 15 years later, here I am still with Goodwin House, still with Kathy Anderson, and Rob Whittle's being honored with us tonight.
I'm Rob Whittle, and I served on the board for about 10 years, as well as a stint on the foundation board, and I was chair for about 5 years. I got inside under the tent here and realized, wow, this is a complex business organization doing great stuff, and it took a while to figure out what my role would be, and I see that in other new board members. They're a little confused and overwhelmed by it, and I was as well. The residents let you know. They let you know when you've done good, and in their way, they let you know when they'd like to see more. Those people are the reason we come here and serve and donate our hours. People always thank me for my service on the board, and it is really I who should thank them. I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to be on the board and serve these wonderful people.
My name is David Canfield. So I've been involved with Goodwin House for probably about 25 years now, kind of a follow-on to my predecessor as a chair of the board was John Ariel. He was a partner in the law firm that I practiced in, and also the son-in-law of Edward Smith, who was also on the board of Goodwin House, whose father donated the land for the Alexandria Goodwin House. So it was kind of a natural selection to get me onto the board and get me involved in the organization. Being with Goodwin House has really enriched and broadened my understanding of people and the complexity of organizations. I think one of the great takeaways for anyone serving on the board of Goodwin House is to learn about the many different aspects of the organization that play out in other areas, whether it's enterprise, whether it's real estate development, whether it's finance, whether it's personnel. And all of those perspectives really enhance what I do in day-to-day work and in dealing with other people and in different businesses.
I'm Gant Redmond. I currently chair the foundation. My first impression of Goodwin House as I entered through the loading dock and up the freight elevator was that it was a significant operation. I have valued most in my experiences with Goodwin House the interrelationships with everybody from the boards to the management to the residents. Both the residents and the members of Goodwin House at home inspire me to work harder, do better, listen more closely, and to try to produce the very, very best that we can in terms of their quality of life and their conviviality, if you will, because I believe very, very strongly in that.
My name is Jim Saunders. I've been involved with Goodwin House, I want to say probably since about 1981 or 82. The thing that I value most about the time I've spent working with Goodwin House is without question the human relationships that I have formed. Goodwin House, to me, is a special place. When you walk into the lobby of Goodwin House, and it doesn't matter if it's Alexandria or Bailey's Crossroads, you are immediately struck by the feeling that something is different here. And I've tried over the course of years to put it into words, and I can't. But there is a sense of calling here. There's a sense of belonging here. It's a place where care is given and received, and when you sense it, you're drawn to it. You want to serve.
My name is Don Simpson Jr. My dad's a pretty humble guy. He's done some very wonderful things here in town. He's worked 55 years for our firm, built over 300 projects in the local community. You wouldn't know it if you talked to him, but he's volunteered a lot of his time to make Alexandria a better place, not only to just live but work. And places like Goodwin House mean a lot to us, and we were so fortunate to be able to construct and help build the new facilities at Goodwin House, knowing that a lot of our family and friends would be able to enjoy those. And one day I might need to have a residence there, so I'm very fortunate to be associated with Goodwin House.
I'm Kathy Anderson, and I'm the president and CEO of Goodwin House, and I've had the joy of leading this wonderful organization for just a little over 15 years. I'm charged with protecting and advancing the mission of this wonderful organization, but the only way that I can do that is by stopping and by listening to the stories of our people. The people that we serve, our residents and our members, the stories of our incredible and awesome staff come from 75 countries, speak 27 languages, and are the most determined and brave and courageous and noble of people. And what I have learned is to just stop, shut up, listen, and I will be changed and taught and humbled and beckoned forward. I remember once when I was really new, we were working on our corporate values, and the thought was that love should be one of the corporate values. And the wife of a bishop, who was very intellectually curious and outspoken, said to me, "Oh, love makes me yawn." And it was true. It didn't belong in a value statement, but I would love people to know that the spirit of love is so present within Goodwin House. And I think that's rare, and I think it's because of people and all of us together.